Chainsaw competition is man versus nature, and quite frankly, the one word that keeps surfacing is a chainsaw sculpture competition is amazing.
This is raw art. It's kind of like scratching on glass, where once the scratch is there, you can't take it off. You got to keep on going with what you've got.
Poetic pandemonium. That would be a good explanation. It's craziness. You use a loud, obnoxious piece of equipment, we make beautiful work.
Basics of a chainsaw sculpting competition: you get competitors, and then you get some wood, and you give them a time limit, maybe you give them a subject matter, and then just promote it and do it.
Very exciting time for me as a carver when these talented artists come to town.
It's kind of a traveling band of gypsies almost. My favorite moments are when everybody pulls into town if they're driving and they have their cars and trucks loaded with sculptures. It looks like a circus coming to town, and it is kind of.
There's a very competitive spirit amongst these guys. While it is basically a brotherhood as an industry, the competitive nature of any person, especially an artist, comes out during a competition.
Well, there are several carvers who are very competitive, and they're very fast too. Brad Sharp, Bob King, Jason Emmons is really an up-and-comer.
Donnie too, excellent carver. You know, there's a few other new ones that I'm not really familiar with, so I'm kind of excited to see what they can do.
You go to these invitational events, and it's just wide open. I mean, there's a reason these guys are invited, and it's not because they're mediocre carvers.
They're wonderful carvers, all of them. They're all my heroes. But at the same time, I'd still love to kick their butts.
At our event, our carvers come with a design and a strategy in mind to produce their main piece. Competing for thousands of dollars, they want to throw down and get in the big prize pool. The first step is the block out. Most guys, with their design in mind, start taking off huge chunks of wood, letting the chips fly, as it were, in basically blocking out the essential shape of their sculpture.
I like to say I'm a really big blocker. I get big, huge chunks, move them really fast. I try to put every element that's important in place. I'm not a top-down kind of person. I'm more of like, let's put all the big elements in place and then finish it out.
You've heard of writer's block, there's carver's block, and one thing that helps is going to these events, these contests. They're timed. You have to make a decision and go with it, because time's going to run out if you don't.
We intersperse the masterpiece sculpting with an event that has developed through the years called the quick carve.
Those are fun too if you can just stop in, because you can sit here for an hour and a half and see a carving from start to finish, and they're fast.
You know how you do the film editing where they do the speed it up real thing, and you know, like you just take a few seconds every once in a while and then you edit it out to make it look like it's fast? You don't need to do that with me. I'm gonna look like a crazy man out there. I'm doing dance maneuvers. It looks like I'm dancing around the wood, and a little tornado will be forming, and that'll be the sawdust and the wood chips. And somewhere in the middle is a fierce storm, and that's me.
It is a grueling schedule for these guys. They're part athlete, part artist, and part mechanical engineer.
The Chainsaw Chicks are the first female team that I know of that's been put together in order to promote female artists in the chainsaw industry. We focus mainly on performance art. I think there's a lot of value in the performance of it alone, as well as creating award-winning art.